Well, hello there. Good afternoon to you all. So, as promised, I plan to make today my last video of my segment that I have been going around it in the last 2 months, but more especially in the last couple of weeks. And this segment was called my top 20 greatest anime series of all times. And only one video remains to be done, and it's about my currently number one in my top 20 greatest anime series of all times. So before that, before going into that, I will make a small review about the videos I already posted, and I will start by my honorable mentions video that I have 10 series that are in my 10 honorable mentions list. The first one is Rurouni Kenshi. The second one is Steins Gate. The third one is Tenju Tenge. The fourth is the Tenchi Muyo series franchise. The fifth honorable mention is a series called Another. My sixth honorable mention is Devil May Cry, the animated series. My seventh honorable mention, it will be Berserk. My eighth honorable mention will be Kakumeki Valve. My ninth honorable mention is Suicide no Gargantia, and my 10th honorable mention is a series called High School DxD. And now a small recap about my top 20 list, and I will start with my ranking 20. In that list is the Under series. Ranking 19 we have the Pokemon series. Ranking 18 we have Captain Tsubasa. Ranking 17 we have the Naruto series. Ranking 16 we have the series called Full Metal Panic, the series. Ranking 15 we have the Sailor Moon series. Ranking 14 we have Saint Seiya, the series. Ranking 13 we have Death Note, the series. Ranking 12 we have Code Geass, the series. Ranking 11 we have Bleach, the series. In 10th place we have the Hellsing series. In 9th place we have Sengoku Basara, the series. Ranking 8 we have Neo Genesis Evangelion. Ranking 7 we have the Dragon Ball series. Ranking 6 we have Black Lagoon. Ranking 5 we have Planet and Planet After Story. Ranking 4 we have the Gundam series. Ranking 3 we have a series called Space Battleship Yamato. Ranking 2 we have Legend of the Galactic Heroes. And now my number one in in current day, or in the present at this moment, the number one ranking series on my list, and I am quite sure that this series still will be talked in a couple of years now, is Attack on Titan or Shingeki no Kyojin, and is a Japanese manga series that is written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama, and the genre of the series falls on the categories of action, horror, dark fantasy, tragedy, and dystopia, and is aimed for a shonen audience, and it's being published in Besatsu Shonen magazine in a monthly basis. and began in September of 29, and it still is ongoing, and until now we have 11 volumes. Then we have a light novel called Shingeki no Kyojin Before the Fall that has 3 volumes, and it still is ongoing, and its production started in 2 of December of 2011 and is being published by Kodansha. And then obviously we have the series, the anime television series, that is directed by Tetsuro Araki, written by Yasuko Kobayashi. The music is by Hiroyuki Sawano. The studios that are doing the production is with Studios and Production IG that cooperates in the production, and the series airs in several broadcast networks: MBS, Tokyo MX, FBS, TDS, HTB, TVA, BS11, and the series began running in 6th of April of 2013 and it still is ongoing and will have 25 episodes plus OVA. And then we also have several games related with Shingeki no Kyojin that will be released in September of 2013, December of 2013, and one was already released in April, and we also have other 2 games from different consoles that will be released during 2013 until the end of the year. And basically this series follows the story of Eren Yeager, his adopted sister Mikasa Ackerman, and his childhood friend Armin Arlet. And basically they are living in a world that is leaving behind great walls, because there are giants, titans, that basically attack mankind and basically eat them. And these attacks kind of provoke that mankind kind of regress to a stage similar to the medieval ages in some aspects, and mankind as a whole as a space that is divided and is being protected by 3 walls: Wall China, Wall Rose, and Wall Maria. Being Wall Maria the most um, afar from the center of the human civilization, let's say on that way, or the human capital. And basically this series starts in a small outskirts town in Walmaria called Gigantia, and basically the walls of this town are breached by a giant, a colossal titan that break down the walls alongside with a colossal titan, and that propelled the attack of the titans inside Walmaria, and eventually it led to the fall of the wall, reducing the space where mankind can live. And Eren Yeager did lose his mother in this attack. She was eaten by a titan, like many others, and eventually he kinda became a refugee inside Rose, and then he decided to join the military forces with the goal to become a member of the Recon Forces. That basically is a branch of the military that fights the Titans outside the walls. And eventually he is accompanied by Mikasa Ackerman, his adopted sister, and Armin Arlet. All then go to a recruit camp to train to be soldiers, and in that recruit camp they met several other characters, um, For instance, they met Jean, uh, Jean Kirshines. I think it's Jean Kirshines. Um, let me uh, see if I say the name correctly. Jean Kirstein. Uh, for instance, they also met Connie Springer, Sasha Blaus, Crystal Lenz, Emir, um, Mina Caroline, Thomas Wagner, uh, Annie Leonhardt, Bertolt Hoover, Rainer Braun, and others that are the recruits class. And basically, the first episodes are their training years, and eventually, after they finish off the training, they were stationed in a city that is in the outskirts of Wall Rose, that initially was the second defensive wall, but now is kinda the front line of mankind against the Titans, since Wall Maria has fallen and all the territories that were between Wall Maria and Wall Rose are now dominated and controlled by Titans. So, Wall Rose, a couple of 5 years, I think, after they entered in the recruit, is the front line of the war against the Titans. And they are kinda stationed in Trust temporarily because they will need to choose what military branch they would like to follow. And only the 10 students, most good students of this class, can have actually the choice to choose to which division they wish to enroll. And we have three branches. One I already spoke, that is the recon forces. It's the force that fights the Titans outside the walls. Then we have the second force, that are the garrison forces that basically protect the walls from the attacks of the Titans. And then we have the military police that kind of controls law and order inside the human realm, and also as the intelligence networks and such are under their control, as well the judiciary system. And they are kinda the elite of the elite. And several companions of Eren Yeager, for instance, all they all wanted to go to the military police. They do not wish to enroll on other divisions because their goal is to train effectively like soldiers, but they do not want to fight the Titans, so they are fighting to have a spot that allows them to go to the military police, and that keeps them safe, and they will not be faced with the situation of fighting against the Titans. And Eren is kinda an exception in this, alongside Mikasa, that she wants basically to protect him. So she says that where if Eren decides to go to the survey forces, she will follow. Well, basically, she will go with Eren to the division he chooses, and Armin is the same. Even if Armin does not graduate as one of the top 10 students of the class. But then, when they are kinda in the waiting to have the ceremony to choose what branch of the army they will enroll, the city of Trust is attacked by titans, again by that colossal titan that breaks the wall. And the recruits, alongside the forces of the garrisons, were forced to fight off the titans. And eventually, in the process, Eren kind of discovers that he has titan powers, or he can become a titan, or can transform into a titan. And he fights against the titans, and he is the winning factor that allows mankind to win a battle over the titans in the past 100 or 200 years. And then he is kind of judged, and eventually he is handed over to the recon forces that are led by a guy called Irwin, that is the supreme commander of the uh, recon forces, and he meets Levi, that is one of the top ranking officers in the Survey Corps, and eventually he kinda is handed over to them because Irvin does have a plan to reach the hometown of Aaron, because Aaron at some point after the Battle of Trosty did say to Commander Irvin that he does not know how he can turn into a Titan, but he wants to keep fighting the Titans in the name of mankind, and that he kinda suspects that his father, that was a very important doctor inside Walmaria, apparently kind of conducted some experiments, because it's kind of implied that he was the one that he gave the power or the ability of Aaron to turn into a Titan. And Aaron kind of suspects that the answers for the Titan dilemma and some answers about the background or the origins of the Titans could be in his former house in the town of Shigansha, in the lab of his father. And he tells this to Commander Irvin, and eventually Commander Irvin kind of designs a plan to go there and to reach the basement. But it's not so simply as that, and well, I will not talk more about the series because I do read more from that point onwards. The current episode, anime episode, is the after Eren joins the Recon forces, and they basically are fighting the Titans outside Wall Rose in a forest of giant trees. I did read in the manga far ahead of that, but I do not want to spoil information to the ones that only eventually watch the anime series and did not read the manga or the chapters. So I will not develop more in the story at this point. But basically, this series is great, not only because of the way they do the animation. It's true that a lot of scenes were have censorship, but it's true that until now, the parts that the anime animated from the manga, there are some parts that were censored, obviously, because in the manga there are several parts that are more bloody, more gore, more violent, etc., etc. But they are doing a fantastic job in the animation, in the way they portray the use of, for instance, the 3D maneuver gear, in the way they rotate the cameras, and we all sometimes we see a 360-degree angle of the camera. That's fantastic. The soundtrack is a beast, especially the first introduction of the first chapters. It was epic, fucking epic, literally. This second song introduction, I'm not so quite fond of it, but now I'm used to it. But I do prefer a lot more the epicness of the first introduction in the first episodes of Attack on Titan. And besides the animation, like I say, besides for instance, how they portray the use of the 3D maneuver gear, how they show us some scenes from battle scenes, the soldiers using the 3D maneuver gear and go around the Titans and kill the Titans. This animation is brilliant, I must say. The soundtrack, like I also say, is amazing, fantastic. There are some stuff that annoy me. For instance, we have in the last couple of episodes that did not happen, but some episodes we have scenes where the image is kind of frozen. However, we do hear the characters talking and the characters moving, but the image is stopped, is frozen, and that is sometimes kinda annoying, but in the last couple of episodes they did not make it. And then the character development they give to Eren, to Mikasa, to Armin, to Jean Kirsten, that is one of the characters that I honestly dislike this guy since the start, but now I will not say admire the guy, but I will at this point respect him much more as a character currently today than in the beginning of the series. And then we have comedy parts also, and we have also the tragedy. The tragedy in this series is always present, because when you think that all is going right, something happens, someone dies, someone suffers something, there is an attack, some friend of a character that they show us dies. The, 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 the clouds of the tragedy are always present and are always a mark of this series. And like I did say in the beginning of this video, I will not have any doubt that this series will enter in the annals of anime series in the 2000s, or in the first half of the 2000s, and from 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 years from now, I don't have any doubt that this series will still be talked about. It will still be used as a reference for other series that eventually could come out in that time. I don't have any doubt that this series, Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan, will be a great mark on the story of the anime series of this new generation. So these are some of the reasons why I do choose this series to be my number one series at this point. And this series dethroned Legend of the Galactic Heroes, that was my favorite anime series of all times. So that it's not a very simple task for me to put a series to second place and make a series enter straight to first place. But Shingeki no Kyojin and the studios and the production of this anime, they do it. They can do it, and they did it, and I'm very pleased and happy to see a fantastic series that I did not watch the series in this level of epicness in a couple of years now. So well, that's it. So Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan gets my number one ranking in my top 20 greatest anime series of all time. So hope you enjoyed the video. Stay well. Peace. Thanks for watching, and if you watch all my videos, I will thank you for that. This kinda marks the conclusion of this segment of my top 20 greatest anime series of all times. Eventually I could make a top, let's say 20 of my favorite anime characters of all times, or I don't know, I will think in something else, but for now this is my final video in this segment called greatest anime series of all times, in my opinion, according to my liking and to my own opinions. So that's it. So thank you for watching. If you only watch this, thank you. If you watched several other videos in this segment, thank you also a lot. And see you soon. Stay well. Peace.